Part 137. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1361. The head of Sankingshan said to me. I looked at these guys coldly and replied, why don't I dare to come? It's ridiculous that you are so nervous when facing a junior like me and even set up a magic circle. As soon as these words came out, the faces of all the Feng Shui masters were not very good. The head of Qingcheng Mountain said, we are not nervous because of you, but because of Yinglong and Nubal beside you. In our eyes, you are no different from ants. This magic circle can trap you on the top of Mount Tai. Once the magic circle takes effect, unless you can break the magic circle inside, you will never be able to get out. I sneered in my heart and was too lazy to talk nonsense with these guys. With a wave of my hand, a dozen blank golden heavenly secrets appeared around me. With a thought, more than a dozen thunder symbols were drawn. I said coldly, stop talking nonsense and use your skills if you have any. The two heads looked at each other and said in unison, come on. As soon as I finished speaking, dozens of Feng Shui masters rushed towards me. Some of them were holding talismans, some were holding mahogany swords, and some even summoned ghosts to assist. These guys who summon evil ghosts are ghost masters. The ghosts raised by the ghost master are both good and evil. Good ghosts can help people solve trivial matters and keep the family safe. As for evil ghosts, they eat people and steal their souls, and do all kinds of evil. In an instant, the sky was filled with talismans being thrown out by these Feng Shui masters, and then, the sound of chanting and reciting spells lingered in my ears for a long time. I didn't move, I just let these talismans attack me. The talismans all over the sky swallowed me up like heavy snow, suddenly. Talismans burned, thunder and lightning, flames, appeared out of thin air and swallowed me up. My expression condensed, and I activated the pure lotus mark on my palm. Holy white light emerged from the palm of my hand, transforming into the shape of a lotus and surrounding me. The attacks of those talismans were also isolated by Jinglian, and an extremely powerful aura erupted. Then, smoke and dust rose everywhere, blocking my sight. With pure lotus, I didn't suffer any harm. At this time, I heard the voices of those Feng Shui masters talking. With so many of us attacking together, he should be dead. Nonsense. We are using the best attack talismans. How can he survive? Exactly. It would be a shame if so many of us couldn't kill him. Hearing the voices of these people talking, I sneered in my heart. Their talismans were indeed superior, but with the pure lotus mark, I would hardly be harmed. The smoke dissipated and I stood intact. This scene made all the Feng Shui masters present widen their eyes. Okay, now it's my turn. I said coldly. I don't know when, more than a dozen thunder talismans had wrapped up all the Feng Shui masters. I picked up the sword talisman, looked stern, and shouted. Thunder comes. As soon as he finished speaking, more than a dozen thunder talismans emitted light blue light. Thunder and lightning as thick as a bucket burst out from the thunder talisman. The streaks of thunder and lightning are like vicious pythons, attacking the Feng Shui masters at extremely fast speeds. In an instant, the entire top of Mount Tai was covered by thunder and lightning. The roaring thunder echoed throughout the world. Seeing this, the head of Sankingshan took a step forward and recited the magic formula quickly. Immediately afterwards, a golden Bagua array emerged at his feet. Protect all Feng Shui masters in the magic circle. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1362. The top of Mount Tai. Thunder and lightning exploded. Lightning explodes. The rumble of thunder spread thousands of meters away, like a blazing sun in the dim environment, very dazzling. Not only that, a powerful force exploded on the top of Mount Tai. It attacked the surroundings with absolutely overwhelming force. Trees, rocks, sand, and dust, all rose up and swept the entire world, like the end of the world. This process lasted for about a minute, and finally settled down. I looked in the direction of the group of Feng Shui masters and saw that they were intact, but in a very embarrassed state. The clothes on each person's body were more or less scorched by lightning, and their expressions were extremely ugly. As expected of the leader of Sanking Mountain, one formation can block my attacks from more than a dozen thunder talismans. However, this is just an appetizer, there is a bigger gift waiting for them. The head of Sankingshan looked at me solemnly. Lu Su, I never thought that at such a young age, you could be so profound. I sneered and said, my moral conduct has been honed in life and death dilemmas time and time again. You have only seen my surface. I opened my arms and continued, I am like Mount Tai. If you don't reach Mount Tai, you will never know how high the mountain is. If you don't see my Taoism with your own eyes, you will never know how deep I am. The head of Qingcheng Mountain took a step forward and scolded sternly, what a shameless talk. You are talking nonsense here at a young age. The person standing in front of you is the top Feng Shui master in the Feng Shui world. You are a young boy, but you are so arrogant. I want to see how deep your Taoism is today. The head of Qingcheng Mountain took out an ancient book, and a profound and simple aura rushed towards me. I recognized what it was at a glance. The powerful Dharma of Genji Alliance. As mentioned before, there are three great treasures in Longhu Mountain, namely the Genji League's mighty Dharma barrel, the 3-5 evil-slaying male and female sword, and the Yangping's Hijigong seal. But in fact, these three treasures were left behind by Zhang Daoling when he ascended in the world. However, it is reasonable for Qingcheng Mountain, as Zhang Daoling's presence, to have the power of the Genji Alliance. This Dharma jar is a collection of Dharma jars from Zhengtian masters since the southern and northern dynasties. Among them, there are many superior Dharma jars for exorcising demons and subduing demons. I saw that the leader of Qingcheng Mountain opened the magic basket and waved his hand, and the golden spell floated out from the magic basket. Golden spells gathered in the air to form a talisman. There are words muttered in the door of the Qingcheng Mountain master, now I have the letter of honor to the master of Three Cave, please accept the troops of the 3-5 red officers to slay the evil spirits, fix the 3 souls, secure the 7 souls, follow them up and down, go in and out, ward off the evil spirits, and eliminate them monsters. This is the 3-5 red officials of the Supreme Being. Although I was shocked in my heart, all my attention was focused on the Genji Alliance's Vifalu. If I could master the Dharma ribbon of Genji Alliance, wouldn't I also be able to master the Dharma ribbon inside? No, we have to find a way to grab it. As soon as this thought came to my mind, the 3-5 red officials killing evils were already activated by the head of Qingcheng Mountain. A phantom of a red official wearing ancient official uniform appeared out of thin air. He held a long sword in his wrist and struck towards the sword without any hesitation. An extremely powerful sword energy came through the air. The contemptuous laughter of the head of Qingcheng Mountain rang in my ears. Boy, I don't believe that you can stop the 3-5 red officers from killing evil. My brain was running rapidly, thinking about countermeasures. My face darkened, and I directly unlocked the seals of the 3 spiritual veins in my body and released the dragon energy of the 25 dragon veins. In an instant, the top of Mount Tai was filled with flying sand and rocks. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1363. The dragon energy transformed into form, and 25 golden blue dragons emerged behind me. Golden dragons circled around me, and some even rushed into the clouds. The dragon energy of the 99 dragon veins sealed in my body can be transformed. Because the dragon vein is a dragon, it can naturally do this. If I can completely unlock the seal in my body, there will be 99 golden dragons. The appearance of the golden dragon made all the feng shui masters present look surprised. They opened their mouths and looked at the scene in front of them in disbelief. In the blink of an eye, that earth-shattering sword energy was already in front of me. I waved my hand casually, and several golden dragons opened their bloody mouths and roared toward the sword energy. The power of Tai's Hang San Wu Chiguan's evil slaying drum was not limited, and several golden dragons were cut off on the spot. My expression hardened, and I waved my hand again, and the remaining dozen or so golden dragons flew away through the air. The powerful dragon energy directly dispersed Chiguan's shadow. I took this opportunity to use the ability of Nine Eyes Heavenly Domain to disappear in place, and when I reappeared, I was already in front of the head of Qing Cheng Mountain. Under the shocked gaze of the head of Qing Cheng Mountain, I snatched the Genji Alliance's powerful magic weapon from his hand. Before he could react, I disappeared. I stood on the top of Mount Tai with the Genji Alliance Dharma ribbon in my hand, looking coldly at the Feng Shui master under the stone tablet. Dozens of golden dragons roared towards me, circling and flying behind me with the sky as the background. I can still control the dragon energy of more than 20 dragon veins. My current limit is 25. One more and I will be unable to bear it. If you try to break the seal by force, you will definitely suffer backlash. In serious cases, you may even lose your soul. When the head of Qing Cheng Mountain saw me snatching away the Genji Alliance's Dharma ribbon, he pointed at me and said angrily, "Boy! You!" I said coldly, "You guys are indeed annoying, but I agree with one point. The weak cannot possess such a treasure, so, Qing Cheng Mountain is not worthy of possessing this powerful magic weapon of the Righteous Alliance." The faces of all the Feng Shui masters became extremely ugly. I raised my head and looked up at the sky. The time has almost arrived. When a strange phenomenon occurs, I will be able to enshrine Mount Tai and command all ghosts on Mount Tai. I continued, "I don't want to kill you all. If you choose to leave now, I can let you live." All the Feng Shui masters had already begun to think about retreating. At this moment, the old heavenly master stood up and said, "I have advised you a long time ago. If you don't listen to me, if you leave now, you can still save your life. If you don't leave, you can still save your life. I will stand beside Lu Su and be your enemy." The old heavenly master expressed his intention to leave. As a result, all Feng Shui masters wanted to leave the top of Mount Tai. Suddenly, a Feng Shui master suddenly fell to the ground. Then came the second and the third. In the blink of an eye, all the Feng Shui masters collapsed to the ground. I frowned. I could clearly feel that the vitality in them was rapidly fading. "How is this going?" Lu Su, you really surprised me." Two figures suddenly appeared. It was Taishan Fijun and Tai Yuan. The Xianyang energy of the Feng Shui masters was rapidly spreading towards the body of Lord Taishan Mansion. Xianyang Qi is the lifeblood of a Feng Shui master. Excessive consumption of Xianyang Qi is consuming life. However, the Lord of Taishan Prefecture actually absorbed the Xianyang Qi of these Feng Shui masters to enhance his own Taoism. This behavior is really crazy. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1364. The Xianyang Qi of all the Feng Shui masters present was rapidly passing away. I looked at everything that was happening in front of me coldly and stood unmoved. I, Lu Su, have good intentions, but I am not a holy mother. For those who want my own life, the best choice is to stand by and watch. But, the old Tianqi and the disciples of Longhu Mountain are also deeply involved. I can't just sit back and watch them. I used Nine Eyes Heavenly Domain to transfer the old Heavenly Master and several other disciples of Longhu Mountain to my side. The Heavenly Master clutched his chest with a look of pain on his face, and I asked, "Master, why is the Xianyang Qi in your body being sucked away?" The old heavenly master raised his head with difficulty and looked at the surrounding magic circle. It should be because of this magic circle. I was slightly startled, because of the magic circle? It seems that this magic circle has been tampered with by Taishan Mansion Lord. But why am I okay? The heavenly master replied, you have a special destiny, so naturally it will not be affected. After hearing this, I thought I should know how to stop this situation. I circulated the Zaiwei Qi in my body and enveloped Lao Tianqi and the other Longhu Mountain disciples. The next moment, the Xianyang Qi in their bodies stopped flowing. Seeing this, I breathed a long sigh of relief. I looked at the other Feng Shui masters under the stone monument. Their bodies were rapidly drying up, almost turning into mummies, but they were still alive. On the other hand, Lord Taishan's momentum surged rapidly, which made me jump with fear. His strength was almost approaching that of the Queen Mother of the West. Mr. Taishan Mansion smiled sinisterly at me. GGG, Lu Su. All things will be settled today. And you, must die here. A dazzling golden light emitted from Taishan Mansion Lord, and then a huge figure appeared from behind Taishan Mansion Lord. Looking at this huge figure emitting golden light, I looked solemn. Is it the soul? The next moment, Taishan Mansion Master quickly attacked me, with the soul behind him. Wherever he passed, sand and rocks were flying, and trees were broken. In the blink of an eye, Mr. Taishan Mansion was already in front of me. I saw that Lord Taishan's huge soul raised his palm and struck me hard. Suddenly, the wind roared, and I felt an extremely powerful sense of oppression spreading towards me. My face hardened, and I controlled the dozen or so golden dragons behind me to attack Lord Taishan's spirit. Several golden dragons wrapped around Taishan Fijun's arms. Taishan Fijun was unable to move for an instant, but the next second, Taishan Fijun's huge soul actually tore the golden dragon in half. If this continues, a dozen golden dragons won't be able to hold on for long. I had to think of other ways. In order to avoid hurting innocent people, I moved Lao Shenqi and others elsewhere. I took a step forward, and the yin-yang bagua array unfolded under my feet. I shouted loudly, and two black dragons, one black and one white, jumped out from the yin-yang bagua array. Like a dragon coming out of the sea. The Lord of Taishan Prefecture is trapped in the yin-yang twin dragons town. However, the Lord of Taishan Prefecture is too powerful at this moment, and the yin-yang twin dragons chart cannot last long. I had to think of other ways. At this moment, Taiyuan, who had been watching the battle, rushed towards me. Now, I am caught in the crossfire and attacked from both sides. It seems that this is the only way I can use it. I took out the soul of Mount Tai from my pocket and kneaded it with one hand. The soul of Mount Tai emitted a dazzling golden light. The next moment, the soul of Mount Tai flew into the air, and a huge phantom of Mount Tai appeared out of thin air. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1365. On top of Mount Tai, another Mount Tai appeared. However, the Mount Tai in the sky is not an entity, but a shadow emitting golden light. In the soul of Mount Tai, countless fierce ghosts bared their teeth and claws, showing ferocious expressions. If there was no seal, I am afraid these ghosts would have escaped long ago. The appearance of Taishan's soul caused Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan to stop what they were doing. Lord Taishan looked at me, raised a sneer at the corner of his mouth, and said, Lu Su, do you want to release the evil ghosts in Mount Tai? But you have to know that you don't have the ability to control them, and they won't do it for you. Used. Once you release them, life will definitely be ruined. You will be a sinner in this world. He's right, I don't have the ability to master the ghosts in Tarzan's soul, but this is only part of my plan. I looked at Lord Taishan coldly and said, you are right, but there is one person who makes you afraid. Mr. Taishan's expression changed, he shook his head at me and said, impossible. He has already lost his soul. It is impossible for him to appear again. Yet, as soon as I finished speaking, dots of white light gathered around me, and then King Di appeared next to me. The Qing Emperor was wearing a black gown. He was tall, with a stern face, and an aura of kingly contempt for all living things between his brows. His appearance made Mr. Taishan's pupils tremble crazily. You are still alive." Qing Emperor looked at Lord Taishan coldly and said, "You are not dead yet, how can I die?" Taiyuan's expression was even more ugly. Because of their calculations, King Di was sealed in the soul of Mount Tai. It was Taiyuan who took King Di's place. Now that King Di reappeared, how could they remain calm? After being shocked, Lord Taishan stared at Qing Emperor, then raised a sneer at the corner of his mouth and said, "I see. Although you are alive, you are still lingering. Your current strength is not even 2/10 of what it once was. King Di told me before that his strength has regressed a lot and he is no longer a match for Lord Taishan. If he were really a match for Lord Taishan, he would not let me steal the treasures of Lord Taishan and Taiyuan." "True Yuan," Qing Emperor said coldly, "you are right, I am indeed very weak now, but I have 100 ways to make you die. You know, this Mount Tai was once my territory. I said to King Di, let's do it, the time is coming." Qing Emperor nodded and raised his right hand. The next moment, the soul of Mount Tai in the sky descended at an extremely fast speed. Lord Taishan's face changed drastically, and he wanted to step forward to stop him, but it was too late, because Taishan's soul had already merged with Taishan. At the moment of fusion, the entire Mount Tai burst into dazzling golden light. A mighty aura swept across thousands of miles. This golden light can be seen even from thousands of miles away. After the golden light, there is the yin qi soaring into the sky. Countless evil ghosts are running wildly through the mountains and forests, attacking under Mount Tai. My face condensed, and I summoned the sea of ghosts and ghosts. The ink-colored darkness spread around me with me as the center and the west. I summoned all the yin soldiers inside, a total of 70,000 to 80,000. Immediately afterwards, I took out the tiger talisman of Bamang Mountain and said loudly, "All Bamang war spirits, listen to the order. Surround the entire Mount Tai. Don't let any evil ghost escape." You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1366. As soon as he finished speaking, dull footsteps came from the foot of Mount Tai, and countless yin soldiers wearing armor and holding weapons appeared out of thin air. The Ghost King of Mang Mountain lent me more than 60,000 yin soldiers. These yin soldiers, plus the yin soldiers in my netherworld Ghost Sea, total more than 100,000. There are only tens of thousands of ghosts in the soul of Mount Tai. However, these ghosts have deep spiritual skills and strong yin energy. If they can be completely mastered, they will be an extremely powerful army, not a small one. Hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers reacted immediately after receiving my order. The whole Mount Tai was in chaos. The yin soldiers stopped the evil ghosts from escaping, trapped them in Mount Tai, and forced them towards the top of Mount Tai. Seeing this scene, Lord Taishan's pupils trembled slightly. Hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers were a considerable force in the underworld, and could even be compared with one of the 10 palaces of Yama. I looked at King Di and asked, "Can you break this magic circle?" King Di nodded and replied, "That's natural." As soon as he finished speaking, the Qing Emperor exuded a strong yin qi. Although he was the legendary Dongyu Emperor, his physical body was destroyed and the Xianyang qi no longer existed. To put it simply, the Qing Emperor at this moment was just as a fierce ghost. You can only rely on your own yin energy. King Di flashed and disappeared instantly. When he reappeared, he was already in front of the golden barrier of the magic circle. He raised his hand and blasted towards the magic circle. There was a loud bang, powerful yin qi burst out, and the entire magic circle was shattered in an instant. The reason why I asked Qing Emperor to break the magic circle was to prepare for the next plan. Lord Taishan took a deep breath and said to me, "Lu Su, you really surprised me. A mortal body can actually command hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers. It seems that I really underestimated you, but, in the face of absolute strength, any of your methods will be in vain." I looked at Lord Taishan and sneered, "Indeed, in the face of absolute strength, all resistance is in vain, but how do you know that I have no way to deal with you? Mr. Taishan Mansion doesn't want to talk nonsense with me anymore, because the time has come, and by orders from heaven, the new Taishan Emperor is about to appear." Taishan Fijun's huge soul attacked me again, and his huge palm slapped me again. When I saw this, I took out the Heavenly Master's order and said to Lord Taishan, "Look, what is this?" The movement of Taishan Fijun's Yuan Shen stagnated, and he looked at the Heavenly Master order in my hand. With just one glance, Taishan Fijun was stunned on the spot. He shouted to me in surprise, "Why is my Zhen Yuan in your hand, in your hands?" I looked at Lord Taishan with a smile and said, "What? You are only allowed to use dirty tricks, but I am not allowed to use them." Mr. Taishan Mansion did not dare to attack rashly for a while, because his true energy is in my hands, and I control his lifeline. As long as I destroy the true essence, Mr. Taishan Mansion will not be shattered, but he will be seriously injured. At that time, he will not be my opponent. King Di came to my side and said, "There is no time, let's do it." I nodded, took a deep breath, circulated the crepe myrtle energy in my body, and then released it. A dazzling purple light emanates from my body. Immediately afterwards, the purple light spread thousands of miles, covering the entire Mount Tai. I feel that the Zai Wei Qi in my body is fading rapidly. I don't know how long I can survive. At least I have to wait until I am granted Zen status before I can take back the Zai Wei Qi. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1367. All the ghosts who ran out of the soul of Mount Tai were attracted by the purple light emanating from my body. Because of the hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers, these ghosts cannot leave Mount Tai. Moreover, hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers are also forcing these ghosts towards the top of Mount Tai, narrowing the encirclement. However, there are many powerful ghosts among these ghosts, and I even saw a few ghost kings. Of course, among the hundreds of thousands of yin soldiers, there are also those who do not belong to the ghost king, and that is the ghost general. Ghost generals were great generals who killed countless enemies during their lifetime, and continued to command the fierce ghosts after their death. Their Taoism was naturally powerful. It was precisely because of the existence of these ghost generals that the ghost kings would not kill the yin soldiers. Seeing this scene, Taiyuan said anxiously, "Master, we don't have time. Lu Su was originally Emperor Zaiwei, and now he has released the energy of Zaiwei. When the time comes, he will definitely become emperor. At that time, our plan will fall short, and you will not be able to come back to the world." Taowan's words allowed me to capture a lot of information. The first point is that Taishan was granted the title of emperor, which was the plan of the Lord of Taishan. The second point is that he cannot return to the world, which means that the title of emperor in Mount Tai is related to the tombs of the gods. Only by breaking the seals of the tombs of the gods can the emperor of Mount Tai return to the world. One thing I have never been able to figure out is why the gods were sealed in the tomb of the gods. Who or what force sealed them and suppressed them? However, this matter is related to the tombs of the gods, so naturally it is impossible to just sit idly by. A solemn look appeared on Mr. Taishan's face. After much hesitation, he chose to stop me. Lord Taishan held his hand in the air, and a long sword appeared in his hand out of thin air. At the same time, the soul behind him also held a long sword. "Lu Su, Do you think you can threaten me with my true energy? Today, no matter what happens, you must die. As soon as he finished speaking, Lord Taishan raised the long sword in his hand and swung it at me. At the same time, the soul of Lord Taishan also swung a sword. The phantom of the huge long sword was slashing towards him with absolutely overwhelming force. I stood there, unmoved. At this critical moment, King Di took action. He jumped up, formed seals with his hands, turned the seals into palms, and blasted towards the phantom of the long sword. Just hearing a bang, Lord Taishan's soul leaned back and almost fell to the ground. The shadow of the long sword in his hand was also flickering. Suddenly, I felt the strong wind roaring behind me. I looked back and saw that Taiyuan had come behind me at some point and slapped my chest with his palm. I didn't react in any way, because I was releasing the purple energy in my body, because in this way, I could be ordered by heaven to be granted the title of emperor later. In this process, I couldn't do anything. A beautiful figure suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. I saw Lu Hangxuan wave his sleeves, and the rich and powerful dragon energy spurted out. Taiyuan's figure stagnated, and was forced back by this dragon energy. Immediately afterwards, NVBA, Pei Yan, Miao Fengluan, and Master Gui appeared next to me. The magic circle at the top of Mount Tai was broken, and they could naturally enter and exit it. Although I didn't see them, I knew that they must be hiding by my side. At the same time, the entire Mount Tai began to tremble violently, and wisps of light floated out from Mount Tai. These golden lights were like the light of fireflies, but there were so many of them that when they were gathered together, they were very dazzling. These light spots surrounded me for a long time, and it was at this moment that my name on the Fengchan stone tablet suddenly emitted a dazzling golden light. I was overjoyed that the time had finally arrived. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1368. The ink-colored clouds squeezed the sky, and they were so dense that they couldn't be melted away. The black color seemed to be falling down, giving people an endless sense of oppression. The purple light emitted by Zai Wei Qi intertwined with the golden light floating from Mount Tai, adding a bit of light to the dim world, just like the break of dawn before dawn, the loss of light in the darkness, and the hope in despair. Countless points of golden light lingered around me, and then slowly sank into my body. Then, I felt a strong aura of awe running through my body. Is this Taishan's Feng Shui aura? I originally thought that Taishan Fengchan would only get a false reputation, but I didn't expect that my Taoism and conduct would also be improved. This can be regarded as an unexpected surprise. At this moment, I felt that the heart in my palm was slightly hot. I was slightly startled and opened my palms to look at them. I saw the word Xian on my palms, emitting a faint white light. There were waves of warmth coming from my palms. This kind of warmth was very vague and could not be felt unless I felt it carefully. This feeling is very familiar to me. When I stayed with Su Tianxian before, the words on my palm would bring me similar feelings. Could it be that Su Tianxuan's inheritance has ended? Heading towards me? Only when the two of them are close to each other will Xinwen appear so strange. I was extremely surprised. Su Tianxian and I had been separated for too long. Although I didn't express my longing for her clearly, I really missed her. King Di's voice suddenly sounded in his ears. Why are you still standing there? Why don't you absorb Taishan's Feng Shui energy as soon as possible? I calmed down, took a deep breath, and began to concentrate on absorbing the Feng Shui energy of Mount Tai. During this period, I couldn't do anything but rely on King Di, Huaxiu, and Lu Hangxuan. Qing Emperor faced Taishan Mansion Lord alone. After a few rounds of fighting between the two, Qing Emperor fell into a disadvantage. It is reasonable for the Qing Emperor to lose to the Taishan Prefecture Lord, because the Qing Emperor's current strength is less than 1/10 of his heyday. If it were in its heyday, not to mention the Taishan Prefecture Lord, even the Taiyuan Qing Emperor would not be able to defeat him. Can be easily erased. The premise is that there are no restrictions by the laws of heaven and earth. Lu Hangxuan saw that Emperor Qing was defeated by the Lord of Taishan Prefecture, so he could only go to support him. Huaxiu and Pei Yan dealt with Taiyuan, and Ruohong also helped. With the addition of Lu Hangxuan, Taishan Mansion Master gradually fell into a disadvantage, but soon, Taishan Mansion Master was tied with the two of them again, or even suppressed. The strength of this Taishan Mansion Lord is indeed terrifying. Taiyuan was able to handle the attack from Huaxiu, Pei Yan, and Ruohong with ease. As long as I continue like this for 1 minute, I can absorb the Feng Shui energy of Mount Tai and become emperor here. Time passed by, and Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan were obviously anxious. Taishan Mansion Lord roared, and his aura soared, directly sending Qing Emperor and Lu Hangxuan flying. The two of them stood up quickly, but there was no hurry. Mr. Taishan Mansion had already arrived in front of me. I was shocked. If I took action now, all my previous efforts would be in vain. At this critical moment, the center of my eyebrows flashed with colorful lights, and the colorful butterfly stood in front of me in the form of an adult. She raised her white jade hands, and a colorful magic circle appeared in front of her. Lord Taishan obviously did not expect this. A fierce look flashed in his eyes, and he struck the magic circle in front of Cai Dai with one palm. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1369. Taishan Fijun's palm was extremely powerful, directly breaking the magic circle in front of Cai Dai, and hit Cai Dai hard in the chest with one palm. Cai Dai's pretty face suddenly turned extremely pale, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. Nabi. I held Cai Dai in my arms and screamed. Scarlet blood spilled from the corners of Cai Dai's mouth, and her brows were full of pain. How are you? Cai Dai's lips were slightly opened, she looked at me with a grieved face, and choked out, Lusu, he hit me. Please help me vent my anger. Cai Dai's current condition is a bit bad. After all, she resisted Taishan Fijun's full palm, so it is impossible to say that she is fine. However, Cai Dai behaved like this, presumably because she didn't want me to worry. Although Cai Dai is usually heartless, in fact, she is very thoughtful. It makes me heartbroken to see Kadi like this. The corner of Taishan Mansion's lips raised a sneer, and he said jokingly, it's really ridiculous that a butterfly spirit dares to come up and join in the fun. This sentence completely ignited the anger in my heart, and I said softly to Cai Dai, be good, I will kill him now to vent my anger for you. Cai Dai hummed softly and looked at me eagerly, her eyes full of worry. You have to pay attention to your safety. I nodded, and the colorful butterfly turned into colorful light and penetrated into my eyebrows. I slowly stood up and looked at Lord Taishan coldly, the anger in my heart had reached the extreme. In my heart, Kadi is my family, like a sister. However, Mr. Taishan Mansion actually dares to hurt him, I will definitely not let him go. Only by killing him can the anger in my heart be calmed. Mr. Taishan Mansion saw me looking like I wanted to eat someone, and his eyes were full of disdain. Lusu, don't look at me like that. You have failed to become a Zen master and are no match for me. I asked coldly, really? I took a deep breath, and a powerful aura emanated from my body, and then a beam of golden light fell from the sky and shone directly on my body. I looked at Lord Taishan coldly and said, I, Lusu, have proclaimed myself emperor. Taishan Mansion Master's pupils trembled slightly, and he shouted in disbelief, this is impossible. You have clearly failed just now. Why? He was right, I almost failed just now. If Cai Dai hadn't stopped me, I might have completely failed. I still looked at Lord Taishan coldly and spoke slowly. I, Lu Su, am the only emperor in this world. I am also the only great emperor in Mount Tai. An extremely powerful sense of oppression burst out from my body. My voice was not loud, but the whole Mount Tai was trembling with it. The fleeing ghosts also stopped their movements at this time and looked towards me one after another. Then, they made a move that surprised everyone. I saw all the Yin soldiers and ghosts in Mount Tai kneeling down on one knee and shouting in unison, "Welcome the Emperor." The sound was so loud that it resounded throughout the world. I slowly took out the Heavenly Master's token and took out the true essence of Taiyuan and Taishan Mansion Lord. Lord Taishan's face changed drastically, and he asked sternly, "What do you want to do?" "What to do?" I sneered, "Of course I want you to die." After successfully becoming a Zen master and absorbing the Feng Shui energy of Mount Tai, my strength has been greatly improved, and I can also unlock the seals of the 4 spiritual veins. Without any hesitation, I unlocked the dragon energy seals of the 4 spiritual veins. In an instant, surging dragon energy burst out from my body. Upon seeing this, Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan launched an attack on me. Although I have proclaimed myself emperor, if I go head to head with these two guys, I am obviously no match for them. However, before that, I have already thought of a countermeasure. I shouted sternly, "All ghosts in Mount Tai obey the order. Kill the gods." Sky Coffin. Author, Qing Nian Wanbao. Chapter 1370. I summoned Jingxiao and pointed my sword at Taishan Mansion Lord and Taiyuan. After receiving my order, countless dark soldiers and ghosts from Mount Tai mobilized in full force. In an instant, the entire Taishan mountain was crowded with people, and the sound of ghosts crying and wolves howling resounded throughout the entire world. Countless evil soldiers and fierce ghosts from the Qing dynasty were dispatched, attacking the Lord Taishan and Taiyuan like a tide. Upon seeing this, Lord Taishan said disdainfully, "Lu Su, you don't want these soldiers to deal with me in the future, do you? Let me tell you. I am a god. A god who is aloof and despises all living beings. These evil ghosts also want to harm me. It is simply wishful thinking. I have discovered that gods like Taishan Fijun always have a sense of superiority, that is, they feel that they are the king of heaven, omnipotent, and the whole world revolves around him." I looked at him jokingly and said, "You are right, you are indeed a superior god. If a superior god was torn apart by a ghost, what kind of scene would it be like? Or, would you feel humiliated?" As soon as these words came out, Lord Taishan's expression changed slightly. He looked at me and asked sternly, "What do you want to do?" I raised a sneer at the corner of my mouth and held the true energy of Lord Taishan and Taiyuan in my hands. Seeing this scene, Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan's expressions changed drastically. At this moment, I have unlocked the seals of the 4 spiritual dragon Qi, and coupled with the Feng Shui Qi in my body, my strength has increased significantly, but I have to crush the true essence of Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan, but, there is one method, and that is the soul-stealing bloody hand. True essence also belongs to the category of the soul, and the soul-stealing blood hand ignores the body and can directly cause great damage to the soul. I activated the soul-stealing blood hand, and scarlet blood emerged from my right arm. When Lord Taishan and Taiyuan saw the soul-stealing bloody hand, they shouted, "Lu Su! How dare you? I have and I dare not." Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan rushed towards me. Without any hesitation, I circulated the dragon energy in my body and shook my right hand violently. The 2 true energy light balls were directly crushed into pieces by me. In an instant, the true energy turned into little stars and scattered in the air. At this moment, Mount Tai's ghosts and Yin soldiers had already arrived directly at Mount Tai. They looked at the dots of light flying in the sky with crazy expressions on their faces. Countless Yin soldiers and ghosts seemed to be going crazy, absorbing these fragments of true essence. The true energy was damaged, Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan disappeared, and they were extremely weak. They clutched their chests and collapsed to the ground. Lord Taishan Mansion is not his true body. His true body is still in the tomb of the gods. This true energy is his only support in the human world. Once it is destroyed, its strength will be greatly reduced and it can be destroyed with one hand. Your biggest failure is being too conceited. I think I am a superior god who can control the life and death of all things in the world, but I don't know, humans can also kill gods. If I hadn't found Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan's true energy, I wouldn't have been able to defeat them, because I'm not qualified now. Because of their arrogance, the two of them were at a disadvantage. Brains are a very good thing, but these two guys don't have them. Lord Taishan raised his head, looked at me with a struggling face, and said through gritted teeth, "Lu Su, you actually plotted against me." I waved my hand and replied, "This is not a plot against you, it is a crushing of IQ." I pointed my sword at Taishan Fijun and Taiyuan, and said coldly, "Tear them apart."